Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program with me, JD Colley. So, in this little clip, we're seeing Jeb's mission to orbit. Sorry, that's my chair squeaking. It's old, it squeaks when I move. But anyway, this is Jeb on his way to orbit. It's his first time in orbit, and we're hoping to get him the experience he needs to be able to do SAS controls so we can have prograde and retrograde orientation, which would be awesome and make things a lot easier for when we're trying to land and such and pull off maneuvers. So that's the mission you're seeing here. I cut it down a lot because it was basically the same thing we saw last time, and it went off without a hitch. I will say I'm not terribly pleased with the rocket. It's a bit too expensive for what it barely does. It does get to orbit, but it costs a lot. I don't know, it just feels like an expensive rocket. I'm not sure if it's the KW prices or what, but I'm fairly certain I'm used to having cheaper rockets than that. But either way, I'll probably be designing something new as soon as I've got the new parts because, like I said, it barely makes it to orbit. Its tolerance is a few liters worth of fuel, which is not excellent. But on the plus side, it does have a good recovery rate as long as I'm not dumb, so it does get... it has a high cost, but high initial cost, but it doesn't last long. You're able to get back a lot of those credits, and mostly you just lose a lot of fuel, or cost in fuel, which is fine. I don't mind the fuel expense. But anyway, now I guess we're done with that mission, and it's going to be back to old me now. Clampotron Jr. right there. But yeah, we're going to pick this up. So awesome. We can begin doing satellite missions. Let's see if we have any available. Orbit to the first artificial satellite. Well, what do you know? Let's do it. Can't do that one yet, I don't think. Yeah, that would require quite a launch. Point some dishes at either the moon or Minmus. Possible. Probably not this time, but we might as well take it. We can't do space tourism yet, because we can't. Ah, excellent. We finally have a rocket that looks like a proper rocket. This is the Kerb-Nick 1. And as you can see, it's got a MechJeb module. It is unmanned. It's a probe. And we're going to send this thing into orbit. And I think it should make it. No real problems. It has quite a bit of delta V for doing so. 6,600. It should make it. If it doesn't, I probably screwed something up. So without further ado, let's launch this puppy. And yeah, this is my custom MechJeb window. It says orbit info because I just customized the orbit one. But it has all the stuff I really like to have. So yeah, you'll see a lot of this as the series progresses because I really make a lot of use of this. As for this mission, we're not going to make much money from it. Where are you? There we go. It's this mission right here, first artificial satellite, and if we pull it over, it's 22,000 credits. Yeah, I think we already spent that just on the launch vehicle, so... and there's no parachutes on any of this. We will not be salvaging that because this pushed the part count very hard. Especially because of all the solar panels that you have to have on probes. So yeah, I'm going to turn on the flight computer in a second. Let's start turning this over. Probably should have started a second ago, but that's okay. Get that cranking. It won't mind. There you go, and then we'll just stick this thing in surface mode. And now it should just follow its own maneuver node as it slowly descends. And basically will do a gravity turn for us. A bit of a slow one, mind you. Probably not what we needed to do. We might want to accelerate that just a little bit because it is being a bit slow. In fact, let's kill that for a sec and turn back on SAS. Crank it over because yeah, we're going pretty much straight up and that's no good. Normally if I had started that around 2,000 or less meters, that probably would have been fine, but no. So, okay. Gonna drop this stage here in a sec. Oh, it's an expensive stage too. It uses KW rocketry parts, which are powerful, but you pay for them. They're very costly. Let's get that out of the way. And let's see. Our apoapsis is way up there, but our periapsis is still down in the dirt. Oh, so far down. Very inefficient launch. I apologize, that was terrible. So we can ditch our fairings. Yeah, actually I take that back. That might have been a good thing, because we are launching with a satellite and we have no secondary stations to be bouncing off of, so we did need to go up very quickly. So yeah, actually what I did was a good thing. We couldn't afford to circularize, you know, halfway around the planet. That would be optimal or whatever. Not halfway, a quarter of the way around the planet at most, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the maths about it, but I know that if you do it right, you usually end up circularizing way over here somewhere. But yeah, this one we want to circularize much more closely, or much more close to the KSC, because we will lose our control once that goes away, and since we have not upgraded our tracking station yet, we can't make maneuver nodes, and since we don't have maneuver nodes, I don't know how much delta V it's going to take to circularize, which means I cannot create a waypoint, or have the flight computer execute a waypoint for me. So it is definitely a good idea to circularize manually while we can. Let's see, are we going to be able to do that? Hit that maneuver node? I think so. That should be close enough. It'll be close. Oh, where are we? We're up high enough we can push it out a bit. It's okay. Doesn't have to be perfectly circular. In fact, I really don't expect it will be. But we have thousands. Oh, we could probably go to Duna with this once we get into orbit. I mean, we have lots of delta V. Granted, we couldn't do anything at Duna because we wouldn't be in control of our ship, but we could go there. Actually, this might be capable of going to the moon. Like a flyby, if we can time it right. That would be excellent. I probably won't show the weighting on camera, but if I am able to pull it off, I'll show the actual success on camera. Just save that real quick, and boom. Let's do that. Angle down a bit. Oh, we're so close. No, I want to pull the apoapsis towards me, not away from me. There we go. No, I don't. No, I don't. What am I doing? I'm being stupid. Ah! I'm running out of time. There we go. That's pulling the apoapsis towards me, and we've made it. Okay, excellent. We even have 84 delta V in that lower stage. Dang. Well, I overbuilt that a little, didn't I? Oh well, that's cool. So yes, we will be able to make it to the moon. So just as soon as I'm able to get an encounter with it anyway. Alright, so I will be back in just a moment. Well, I'm back, and unbelievably, it only took 2 orbits. Like, 2 orbits, not 2 rotations of Kerbin, 2 orbits to get the encounter I wanted. So let's see if we can get ourselves to the moon. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty much perfect. We're going to have on more than half our burn time to get ourselves out there. And I don't think we're going to have any trouble, honestly. This looks clean. We're not going to be able to tell when we've reached the moon, but we will. I've done this enough times. I know we're going to reach the moon. So, there we go. Let's just push that out there a little farther so it just kisses the orbit. I almost guarantee you we are now going to reach the moon. And, well, you know what? We're just going to time accelerate. Normally I don't do that because I don't like skipping large amounts of time in game. I like to have things going on and doing stuff and multiple missions, but there's not really any reason to at the moment because there's no other missions. So, as we see, we've lost connection, but we should, in theory, get a nice encounter there and do a flyby of the moon. There we go. Oh, I think we've got an impact. Awesome. Well, there we go. Did we take the we did! We took the impactor experiment. Awesome! So we've got the moon flyby. Excellent. 40,000 credits. 62. Science. And now we're going to get to smash ourselves into the moon at extreme velocities. That's great. Okay. Should slow us down. No. Oh, we don't want to time accelerate through our impact. That would be so sad. Oh, look at that. 800 meters per second. Oh, this is going to be such a hard hit. I'm going to save just in case it crashes the game. That would be very sad. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Okay, where is it? There, camera tools. We're going to set up our camera tools so we can have a auto flyby, set target self, auto zoom. Alrighty. This is how you do all the pretty little flying things. Suicide burn countdown. 3, 2, 1. Well, we've passed that mark. We gonna smash. Okay, and turn that off. Oh, yep, here we go. Oh, whoops. Never mind. Wah! Boom! Oh, wow, we blew up underneath the moon. We hit so hard. Excellent. That's our crater right there. We made that. That's what we're gonna say. Sweet. That was pretty awesome. I was not expecting to actually hit the moon. That was better than I expected. So there we go. You saw it first. I hit the moon by accident. That's excellent. Okay, back to the tracking station. All right. So between those two successful contracts, we now have 324,000 credits and 225 science. Yes. What a beautiful, beautiful day. I honestly was not expecting to hit the moon like that. That was very much a pleasant surprise. How often do you get to say that crashing into the moon was a pleasant surprise? I mean, really. That was wonderful. Okay, so I wanted to get heavy rocketry. Yes, yes. That doesn't count as landing on the moon, by the way. We didn't land on the moon. Oh, I really, really want that. Now that we have the ability... Oh, you know what? How much does that upgrade cost? 451,000? No. Fine. I won't do it. So, heavy rocketry and fuel systems. Okay, we have 45 left, so we can pick up one more little tiny one. I would love to have the simple command modules because the Corvus is excellent. Yes. It's really good for rescue missions, but manned isn't really our focus right now. We don't have a whole lot we can do manned, so I'm not going to go with that. I am going to go with general construction to help us get our stuff into space. So let's go look at some contracts now, see what new things we can do. Altimetry scan, radar altimetry scan. We could do that. Maybe. It'd be a challenge just due to the issues we have with being able to get into an orbit. But you know what? I'm probably going to upgrade my station as soon as I get done with this. So we will be able to make maneuver nodes and thus be able to execute our maneuver nodes even if we don't have a connection, which I will show you how I do that if you don't already know. Explore Minmis. Ooh, that would be good too. But we can't land on Minmis yet. We don't have any scans of Minmis, and more importantly, we don't have any satellite network in orbit, so any probe we sent out there would recreate our experience with the moon. So, above 18,000 kilometers, no thank you. The problem with these ones where it's above is they don't pay well enough to justify sending a rocket to do that. But I do not have an aircraft capable of sustaining 18,000 meters. So did I say kilometers before? 18,000 meter altitude in the atmosphere. So until we get better jets, that's not really feasible. Polar orbit of Kerbal. It's kind of the same as the other one. Did I take that? No, I didn't take it. I was just looking at it. Kind of the same as the altimetry scan, just more challenging orbit, but still completely doable because this is within the orbit of the moon. So, well within the orbit of the moon. So the one we just launched would be capable of it. But we'll definitely take this one. I'd love to take this one here. And actually, you know what? I might do it because I have some extra contract space because we're going to need to build the satellite network anyway. And 4 satellites is fine because we do not have the Communitron 32 antenna yet, which means we have to have fairly low orbiting satellites anyway. Okay, first artificial satellite around the moon. We could do that. That's not much payout, but it's good science return. We'd probably lose money on this the contract, honestly, but I think we'd make it back in science, and that would be valuable to us. Actually, I'm just going to take this one for now, because I have 3 contracts like that I can all hammer out at once that you guys don't need to watch. And we'll upgrade the tracking station right this moment. Okay, so I'm going to go do those little simple contracts on the launch pad and get back to you when I actually have a real mission to show you. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting little mission. This is the survey probe one, where we have to get into a polar orbit, basically, Yep, that's that one. Is it? No, maybe not. Let's see, what is it? No, it is the altimetry scan. Okay, so we need to get into this orbit, and that is going to be a bit of a challenge for us. Oh, what's this slowdown? Alright, not sure what that was, but we're back. So, let's launch. Again, this is the same basic vehicle that we shot at and hit the moon with. But basic changes, we have a radar altimetry sensor on there. Radar altimetry sensor, there we go. From SCANSat, which should be useful. And let's see, how are we going to do this? Okay, so basically just go north. And Kerbin's rotation should pretty much put us the direction we want to go. So that's north, and start turning over. And this one we might be able to use the surface. What's it called? Surface button. Prograde surface mode. Let's just get down a little bit first so that it starts to drop on its own. And then we put it in there, and it should just follow it down. Yep, it's doing it. This is another one where we probably want to go higher before we go farther, because same problem as before. And it has the additional challenge that whatever goes wrong, if we miss here, we may not get it again and get another rotation. It might be a long time before we can do anything again with that satellite. Just a moment, I'm getting a phone call. Alright, sorry about that. And here we go. Where were we? Oh, yes. So let's see, I don't know, this is going to be a challenging mission, because we're going to have to correct our trajectory right when we get up there, the inclination change, and also circularize, which, yeah, that'll be exciting. But I have the opportunity to show a few little tricks I use, which will be fun. So, oh crap. Well, that was bad. I wonder how much I lost, or how much time I lost on that. I wonder when my engine ran out. Whoops. Oh well. Yeah, we have the occasional fail here on my channel. Don't cut those out, you know. They're fun. Fails are fun. Everybody likes seeing the fails too. Although, honestly, I prefer watching people do things well, so I feel bad about that. But, yeah, you know, everybody has their little challenges they go through trying to make the cool stuff. So, oh, wow, we're pushing far down now. Turn that off. You want to go up. What is with this? There is something... Well, I should probably check my hard drive. I know it's getting low. But, okay, we're going to push upwards. Move our apoapsis up a bit. Well, we're really close to it, too. No good. 15 seconds. Yeah, I screwed up bad with that that engine, just letting it sit like that, empty. Oh well. Because I can pop our fairings off, turn on our communitron. Bye-bye, KSC. And hopefully get our apoapsis up there high enough to be relevant. As long as I can get it above the atmosphere, we'll be fine, because I can use the flight computer to complete the maneuvers. But I still want to get it out there if possible. Way up high. That would be good. On the plus side, our circularization burn won't be bad. It's always good. Okay, there we go. Now we just have to gauge. Oh crap. We are very swiftly running out of time. Now the question is, do I just circularize at the apoapsis now? Well, not now, but set up the burn now, or do I try and push higher? Okay, you know what? I can't wait any longer. Put a maneuver there. Doesn't have to be a circle, it just has to be up and out. Whoop-de-doo. There we go. Okay. Need to. We outside. We are close enough. Orient to node and execute. There we go. So now, sorry about that click. So now when we, oh crap. You know what? We also have to stage. Even though we have lots of extra fuel in that stage, we need to stage because this cannot do staging. This system, flight computer. I do not have the, what is it, Lockheed Martin smart parts, which can auto stage for you. So like I think they auto stage without having, like they just automatically do it. You do not have to have a connection, which is nice. They're just activating action groups automatically based on context, which is cool. But this thing can't do it as far as I know, which means that I did not have enough delta V left in that stage to complete this maneuver, which means we'd end up falling back to Kerbin before we would have another opportunity to do anything. So we have no connection now. And what I did there was I set the vessel to orient itself to the maneuver node I created, and then told it to execute the maneuver. And what it did is it said it knows how long the maneuver will take. It'll take 12 seconds or whatever. You know, it calculates based upon your thrust and all that stuff, and then it offsets when it will begin burning by half of the time it will take to complete the burn. So, you know, half of the burn before, half after, just like MechJub does, which is nice. And at that point, I ramble on because when I recorded this, I was very tired. I apologize. I was trying to explain how and why this flight computer is so useful, and failing miserably at it. The reason it's so useful is because in RemoteTech, it is possible, obviously, as we're seeing in this mission, to have your vessel fly out of control range. You won't be able to command it. And so what the flight computer will allow you to do is to execute burns, maneuver nodes, and orientation changes, that kind of thing, with a delay. So you use that little box in the bottom right corner, tell it a time, click the little arrow next to it, and we'll set that as the signal delay, or not signal delay, as the execution delay. And then it will wait that long after receiving that signal to execute that maneuver. This is really, really important in some situations, and it makes it so that you're actually able to do things like to put your satellites into orbits on the far sides of moons and such things where you don't have line of sight on them. In fact, actually, without the flight computer, a lot of the things you need to do with RemoteTech would actually be impossible, especially the way I'm choosing to do it. I'm choosing to not use manned missions to set up these things. I'm choosing to set them up with computers and with probes, and so I need the flight computer to be able to pull it off. And so you'll see more of that, and I hopefully will explain it better. But yeah, this is actually a very good example of it, because, you know, I'm having to burn on the far side of the planet. We'll be doing that again when we set up our various satellite networks, and especially the one on the far side of the moon. So anyway, just a second here, and we'll be back to old me. And I could be wrong, but I think that'll do it for this episode. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying this, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more KSP like this, please subscribe, and if there's anything you want to see changed about the series, or if anything you'd like to see me do, then leave a comment, and I'll see what I can do. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time.